Chase and follow-up. So today I'm going to talk about the fire station we want to build and a little bit about the fire department. So the fire department's policy manual states that the fire department or fire officials should live within the city. It says that they should live within the city so they can bond with residents, support the city, and my favorite is for quicker response times.
Okay, guys, this is Aransas Pass Department Standard Operating Procedures. This is signed by our Fire Marshal, Chief Kelly, so he's fully aware of this, and he approved this, right? This is what I'm talking about. So it says here, the Fire Department Administration encourages, let's encourage, the members of the department to reside within the city. Residing within the city of the Aransas Pass allows the members of the fire department to bond with other residents. I agree. It shows support for our city that they work in. I agree. And personnel are quicker to respond to large incidents and disasters within the community.
Response times are less than average, and I can prove that and show you later, but I want to step forward to NFPA Standard 1710, which the fire department must follow. So this is your process for getting en route and getting there, right? Alarm process time should be less than a minute. I just got one example with me and I can show the crowd. It took 25 minutes to dispatch this one. Timeout should be 1.2 minutes. That means get ready and get en route. This one took 8 minutes, so we've already wasted 33 minutes. And if anybody knows the golden rule on EMS and fire department, it's 10 minutes, right?
En route, rescues, incidents, that kind of thing that I went out to. So the one I was talking about here is at the council meeting is this one. It was on 11/15/22. And as you can see here, it was a garage truck rescue. It was 11/15/22, around 9:08, right? Ladder truck was paged for mutual aid assistance in Ingleside for rescue involving an individual stuck in a dumpster with a broken hip, which is great. I'm glad they got to do this, right? Go out there and help. That's what we should be doing. However, what concerns me is that our alarm went off at 5:55. It wasn't dispatched until 6:20. We didn't get en route until 6:28, which is 8 minutes later. Now, we did arrive in a good time since we're going through Ingleside, right? It took 9 minutes to get there, which is great. But the first two, getting ready and getting out the door, took too much time. And that's what I'm talking about. And over all the reports, the average of this is like that. We're taking too much time to for the alarm and to be dispatched. So that's something we need to work on, right?
So I asked for public protection clarification, which is our ISO rating the fire department has to have. I was told by the city we didn't have one. I was told by the city that no response. I was told by the city no response. I asked numerous times for it.
Hey guys, so I asked for the ISO rating, right? And what they responded with was that there was no application, which, okay, whatever. But they never gave me a score. I specifically asked for the ISO score, right? So they said no response to this information. So I sent them exactly what I wanted again, the last 3 years. Public Protection Classification Scorecard for APFD, last 3 years. This is your ISO rating. They responded to me again. There's no response. Okay, so I sent them again. I even sent them a link to where ISO is and how to find it. City Secretary and the Secretary for Chief Blanchard and Chief Kelly, Gina, sent them both to it. Then I said, okay, fine, and I sent them the data from Chief Kelly. So Chief Kelly actually, after I sent them that Chief Kelly is even talking about it, they say, oh yeah, here you go, here's your ISO rating. So why did they lie to me 3 times? Well, because it's a city and they're criminals and they hide data from us. And they expect you to give up and to quit asking them questions because they think we're all stupid and we are not.
So I went ahead and quoted our famous Chief Kelly, who was our fire marshal from the last council meeting, and he stated on there about the new fire station that it will not affect our ISO rating. I quoted that, sent that to the city, and within 5 minutes, what'd they do? Send me the ISO rating, because they were lying to me numerous times.
Okay, guys, since everybody always likes to question me, and I say everybody, I just mean the city's minions. Here's the minutes. Monday, October 23rd, 2023 at 5:30 p.m. This is a council meeting minutes, right? And if you scroll down to where Chief Blanchard and Kelly are talking, Kelly right here, he's talking about the fire station. He specifically states on here that the fire station will not affect the ISO rating. So they clearly know they have an ISO rating. They just didn't want to give it to me, which is a Freedom of Information violation.
Gary, you put on Facebook talking about the fire station. Once you make a political post on your personal post, it becomes political.
Okay, Gary, like I told you in the council meeting, once you utilize your Facebook page, social media platform for your elected official roles, such as talking and discussing politics, like you did with the fire station, it becomes a political page. That means you can't block comments, you can't block people, you cannot delete comments, or you're in violation of First Amendment rights, which you did to me by blocking me access after I was correcting you on what you were lying to the public about. With that said, there is also Fifth Circuit data on this, Supreme Court data, case law, where individuals have won this case or cases like this. So be prepared to be sued, Gary. Be prepared.
You stated on there because people were crying and mad at you because they want our streets and roads fixed first instead of a $16 million fire station. You put on there that we're getting a $50 million FEMA grant. First of all, you blocked me for asking questions on there, which is illegal, and there's case law against that. And I've already talked to my attorney, and yes, you were getting sued. He's sending you paperwork for that one. It's a First Amendment right violation. Good luck, as you would say. Another thing, Kerry, is there is no government documentation supporting your claim about the $50 million ask. The city doesn't have anything. You lied.
Guys, so this is me asking the city secretary, the city of Aransas Pass, regarding Carrie Shrug's Facebook post where she's talking about this $50 million grant. Don't worry about the fire station we're going to blow $16 million on because I got $50 million coming. As you can see here, city secretary says what? Yep, city secretary says Carrie Shrugs is full of crap. So Carrie Shrugs lied to us, guys.
Let's move on to Chief Blanchard. Chief Blanchard, you talked about the fire department and you wanted this new fire department. And you put on there that case studies show that fire departments or new fire departments lessen carcinogenics. So I don't know where you got that from unless that fire station was built in the 70s where there has asbestos. The scientific journals on that, if you knew anything about fire department, would tell you that they get carcinogenics, meaning the fire department gets carcinogenics, from not being trained on decontamination. That's how they get it. Are we trained on decontamination? Because that's what you should put on there, not that lie. That makes no sense. You also put on there that the fire station's going to grow, and that it's continue to grow. Well, I'm very confused, and so are a lot of citizens, because our population has been the same for decades. Why is our fire department growing?
We follow NFPA and we follow IFC, International Fire Code, right? That is adopted into our charter, so we have to follow these rules and regulations. With that said, the rules for NFPA requirements are 1.5 to almost 2 per 1,000 people, which means we need about 16 fire department officials. I don't know where Chief Blanchard thinks we're growing and getting bigger, but I mean, maybe we are. And if we are, show us the data, right? So he needs to show us the population density or overall population. He needs to have a risk assessment, meaning how many high rises do we have, how many traffic accidents do we have that require ladder trucks, fire trucks, pumper trucks, etc. Without that data, he's just blowing smoke, right? If the city deems that we need this new fire station and we need this new or revamped police station, then they need to tell us why and what reasons and put it on a list. Tell us why it's more important than our roads. Show us the data. And they just don't do that. They just do whatever they want to do, and they don't even give us an opinion on it. You know, they're not letting us vote on this, guys, and it's $16 million.
And if our response time's poor like that, maybe train our guys better or get your fire marshal to do his job. Now, I was going to talk about ISO today and the ladder truck, but I don't have time, so I'm just going to leave you with this on the ladder truck. I'll get you next time, then. ISO and ladder truck for next time, guys. Be prepared. Study, Chief Blanchard, study.
What is blue ammonia? They're calling this blue ammonia, and the only way you can do that is if you capture the carbon dioxide that's released from this process. They have to capture it and store it. So what Enbridge and Yara has done is they've created what they call the Ingleside Clean Ammonia Project, using clean being just the carbon dioxide. When you see the constituents, or you see the compounds and the elements and the pollutants that are coming out of there, it's nothing clean about this. So what they have published, though, is that they have a major stationary source of carbon monoxide, also particulate matter, and I'll go into that in more detail in a minute. And then all these other compounds, the VOCs, volatile organic compounds, the NOx and SOx that create ozone problems and as well as breathing problems. the greenhouse gases are going to be enormous volumes of greenhouse gases. And then what's striking to me, and should be to every one of us, is at the very bottom it says ammonia. They're going to be releasing, not just producing, but releasing 66 tons of ammonia every year. That's on top of these other compounds. So this is a clean energy that they're promoting. Please be aware. Next slide, please. So this is what they are giving you, a simple, plain language summary of what they're going to do. And I have to back up because I can't see this through my bifocals. So here are the clean energy partners, and the first thing on their list is volatile organic compounds. That's the constituents in oil and gas. It's not soluble with water. It gets up in our airstream, and they already have a permit for 85,000 tons per year. So this is in addition to that 33.22. It's very interesting they get down to the decimal points. So the thing that's over is the carbon monoxide and particulate matter. It's outside the EPA and the TCEQ's rulings. So we can go into that at a later date.
I like your PowerPoint, very good, but for the community, I don't think you went over the threshold limit over at TWAs or time weighted average for ammonia or your VOCs, and that would probably go a long way for get it to us. Makes sense, but it's really good, and if you need help on that, give me after the meeting, I don't mind going and help you battle with this. Yeah, I do health, safety, environmental for a living, so I don't mind. Thank you. I just don't think the people understand what your parts per million are and how they affect you over an 8 hour time weighted average. You're talking about something outdoors, which is a little different, but still can affect you.
Thank you, Patrick. All right, no more questions.